r/ask Reddit. What's a mild inconvenience that drives you ducking crazy? When someone goes to shower/bathroom right as you are about to. Related. My sister would always go for a sit on the toilet just as we were about to walk out the door after visiting relatives. She was never quick, either, so we would all sit down again, end up staying another hour, then repeat the whole charade. It was only ever a 15-minute drive home too. Edit. Someone just reminded me that she would take her book in to read too. My stepson does this. Shakes fist at sky. Washing your face in the bathroom sink and the water trickling down your arms towards your elbows. Bonus fury if you're wearing a sweater and get the sleeves wet to remind you of your stupid mistake for hours to come. Duck. I'm so enraged only by thinking about this. Thank you very much. Stoplights feel timed so that if you go in one direction for a few miles and you have to stop at a red light, chances are you will have to stop at all the red lights in that direction. The road to the interstate from my house is peppered with endless stoplights. I often have to drive to work at 3 or 4 AM when no one is in the road, but for some reason all the goddamn traffic lights keep turning red before I get to them despite there being no traffic on the intersecting roads. Holy shit, this butters my flapjack something fierce. There's someone in a control room having the time of their lives. When two people in a shop stop, trolleys side by side and block the entire aisle just to have a conversation. Excuse me, death glares from both of them because you're the ones blocking the aisle. Go park your cart somewhere else and talk. This gets me so much. I am always trying to be aware of where everyone else is around me to not get in anyone's way, but people like this are either so oblivious to what's going around them or are so genuinely self-involved that it doesn't matter to them. Clicking on a button, except that the button jumps just as you're clicking and you get the wrong button. This happens often when an app opens a new window and it takes time to fill up all the contents. Edit. The one I see every day at work is my web conferencing app. I want to share a spreadsheet with the other people in the meeting, but then it jumps and I share Reddit instead. Facebook is good at this. I'll see there are 12 more comments so I click to see the comments. Now there are something like 7 more comments so I click again to read comments. Now there's 1 more comment. Really, Facebook? Why do you do this? So I click to see that 1 comment. But as I click, some other content loads, causing the page to lurch up or down, causing me to click on the name of one of the people who left a comment, so I end up on their Facebook page. Now if I go back to my feed, everything is different and I can never ever find the comments that I was trying to read. By that point I've expended more time that I wanted to, meaning that the comments aren't worth reading now even if I could find them. I was just trying to pass some time, not turn it into some sort of ordeal. I miss the days when you could log on in the morning, see what everyone had done chronologically the night before, and if any plans were being made, you could be up to date in under 5 minutes if you didn't have an insane friend count. Now you log in to see what someone did 2 weeks ago as the top post, just BC it has a recent comment from someone else, probably along the lines of, man, I wish I'd known this was happening. Walking through the city late at night after work. When I'm crossing a side street near the train station, taxis will inevitably see me coming and pull up right in front of me, so I have to walk around the back of them. Every single night, I tried a different route but it's longer. I tried waving them off, but they just come quicker. I tried running so I can get there before they block my path, but they just accelerate. I think the only solution is to run up and do a hood slide. Get in one door and out the other. OMG yes. And scream something's crazy as you do so. At work, the bathroom stalls can be locked, obviously, and you'll have a small red sign to indicate that it's occupied. Nonetheless, there are always people trying to open the door just to make sure that it's really unoccupied. It drives me nuts. Can't you let me shit in peace? Edit. That blew up. Thanks for the silver. 2 things. I didn't know there were so many colorblind people. You're forgiven. Everyone else that try to justify they're trying to barge in because they want you to hurry, you're not forgiven. Go shit in the wood and let me finish in peace. Yeah, I sometimes play Candy Crush while I shit. So? They had this at the doctor's office. There I am, peeing in a cup when someone yanks the door. It's locked. They proceed to knock. They scared me and I peed on myself. I yell occupied. Have to take longer than planned since I made a mess. When I left the room, pee cup in hand, They're tapping their foot at me. Edit. Thanks for making my most popular internet point story be about the time I peed on myself. I guess your mistake was not directing the pee at them, instead my MF phone auto-corrected pee to per and I'm mad. Apparently I am the exact height to have my pockets get caught on my drawers in the kitchen. I swear my basketball shorts will reach for the drawer handles and grab them. Makes me see red. Edit. While this blew up, I won't feel quite as angry now that I know all of Reddit has this issue. Ugh. Happens to me all the ducking time. And when different items of clothing. Too. And best of all, it also happens with my hip bones on door frames. Beats me how I managed to do that since I have fairly broad shoulders for a woman, especially compared to the width of the rest of my body, and sometimes I do manage to ram my shoulders into the door frame instead of my hips. Hurts like hell. When my Bluetooth doesn't connect in the car, it makes me want to stab my phone even though it's not a big deal at all and has zero effect on my life. It seems like my car randomly decides if it wants to use Bluetooth correctly or not. There's no rhyme or reason to it at all and it's the worst. That's why you need the backup aux cord. Getting all comfortable in bed, well positioned and everything, then realizing you forgot something in the living room kitchen and having to get up and get it. Edit. Spelling edit too. Thanks for the slivers. Those times where you're just starting to drift off and that slight urge to pee hits, you have two options. Wake back up now and go to the bathroom, or fall asleep and wake up in 2 hours feeling like your bladder is about to explode. I usually take the first option, but sometimes you're just so damn tired. The last thing you want to do is get up. OMG, I don't know how old you are, but I have some bad news for you. It gets more frequent with each passing year. Dropping your keys trying to open the door. It always happens at the worst possible times. Like when you gotta piss real bad, or your hands are full with bags, or when someone's trying to murder you. I hate it when that happens. Oblivious drivers. Not ones texting. They know they're being an ass. I'm talking about those people who honestly have no ducking clue how to drive properly, yet totally think they're good at it. Leaves me fuming, especially when they're putting other people's lives in danger. Reminds me of the time I took a Uber, and this dude turns on his signal to get over, and as he is doing so, his blind spot alert system is ringing and chiming, alerting him to a car next to him. What does this dude do? Gets over and causes the car, right next to us, to slam on the brakes. We almost got into an accident over this guy. My guess was he was nervous as hell. I wanted to scold him but kept quiet. Didn't he at least get a 1 star? When you can plug something into a power strip because the plugs are too big and the outlets are too close together. When you can't back your furniture against the wall because it will smash the cord that is plugged in. Unskippable mid-vid ads in YouTube and in other YouTube-like sites. Use Ublock Origin for PC and YouTube Vanced for Android. Edit. Download Vanced from here. Also download MicroG for login function. Edit 2. For some people saying link not working. Here is the new link. Also download MicroG after installing it. Vanced for login function. Edit 3. Thanks for my first ever gold and silver kind stranger. Edit 4. You can also use this app like a music player as it keeps playing video in background even if you lock your phone or press home key. Please, YouTube, keep interjecting 15 seconds of pop hip hop into my hour-long epic metal mixes. Maybe the cognitive dissonance will make me buy shit I don't need. Drivers who don't indicate when changing lanes. It doesn't even take a second. Using my indicators is so ingrained in me, I often do it in parking lots and in residential roads with no through traffic when turning into a driveway. That's the way to do it though. When it's a habit you don't even have to think about it. My earbuds being caught by their cord behind something and then getting yanked out of my ears. Infuriating. How about when you put your earbuds in your pocket and when you take them out it looks like you spent at least 10 minutes tying them in knots? How in the hell does that happen? For real, my pocket is better at Boy Scouts than I was. Edit. Wow. Thanks for the silver. There's actually a meme somewhere that shows a lot of basic knots tied with the older white iPod earbuds. I wear nitrile gloves at work and putting them on is a pain when my hands are sweaty or damp at all. I can't get my fingers inside and the nitrile clings and twists and it feels awful. I used to carry a battery powered fan and use it to blow dry my sweaty hands between glove changes. My car has 3 windshield wiper speeds, super fast, super duper fast, and turbo. I hate using them when it's a bit more than a sprinkling of rain because then the wipers just wipe at nothing. I love automatic wipers that do this. Me. Oh, there's a sprinkle of rain. Wipers. Me. More rain. Up. It's getting hard to see. Wipers. Me. Shit, am I seriously gonna have to turn these on manually? What the F wipers? Feast upon my whirling blades of death. Evil aqueous waste. Me. Uck. Wipers. Yawns are. T was a hard won battle. Me. Dude, it's still raining wipers. A yes. Victory. Me. Hey. Hey wipers. Hey. Wipers. Blissful sigh. Slow walkers on sidewalks, just move the duck out of the way amendment. I'm speaking about the PPL that are in the way, not just slow but the ones you can't get past after an attempt or two, or that just flat out make it impossible to go around. They aren't so bad, but the ones that walk slowly and all over the place suck. Large groups of people walking side by side and blocking entire hall passageways in train stations, airports should all be taken behind the woodshed and shot. Craving a specific type of food. Arranging to get that specific food. Something going wrong along the way and not having access to it. Ugh. Edit. Chick-fil-A has been commented 10+ times. Much trend. Being sick. Craving a specific type of food. Arranging delivery for that specific food. Delivery comes and they forget the one thing out of your order that made you choose that Chinese restaurant. I want my duck-eyed sesame balls, okay. Standing in line for 15 minutes to get food. Purchasing your meal, getting your cup, standing in line for the drink machine, and finally reaching it just to discover that the only drink you want is out of order. Again, open bracket. And had I known beforehand I would have just eaten somewhere else, but I always forget to check their drink machine first. When someone opens my door, comes into my room for a few seconds and then leave the damn door open. Sure, I could get up and close it, but I did that last time you came in. And the time before. Dude, I live in a garage at my house. My family member will sometimes just open up the ducking garage door and leave it open and walk off. I'm like, dude, I don't want the whole neighborhood seeing me laying there in my bed, half naked. Shut the ducking door and don't gap that shit either. I think they trying to tell you something, bro. Adds 1 of 7. Adds 2 of 7. Adds 3 of 7. People in the passing lane who match speeds with a car next to them, rather than IDK, ducking past them, as intended. Edit. Tie for gold and silver. People in the slow lane that speed up when someone is attempting to pass them. Hate them. Every single one. Google putting 2 ducking ads on YouTube now. Then these duckers think they're slick by making them exactly 5 seconds long so you can't skip them. Flies landing and walking on my skin. One of the most annoying things emo. They're just as bad when airborne in my opinion. We've evolved to hate the little bastards. People who use their phone's flashlight as a notification LED. Damn, I hate them. Wait, that's a thing? The only time I've seen people do that is when they are deaf. When my laptop runs out of battery just as I plug the charger in. Slow drivers on left lane. If I were supreme dictator, my first order of business would be to form a highway patrol of psychos dressed like Mad Max characters to cruise the highways and run these a-holes off the road. Where do I donate for this to happen? When you have a stuffed nose and trying to sleep and need to consciously breath. OP said mild inconveniences, not hell on earth. Having to untie my shoes to put them on. I always try to just slip my foot in, but then I crush that part at the back and duck up the shoe. I'm most comfortable in sneakers, but the slip-on ones don't look as nice. Get a shoehorn. Saves your time. And your shoe. Only bad thing is you'll start judging people who don't have one. When people stare at you while eating. I don't like people talking to me while I eat if they aren't eating as well. Is this weird? When I grab a hanger in my closet and 46 other hangers come with it, no matter how organized it was. Breaking a nail, which is horrible on its own already, and not having a nail file with me to fix the jagged edges so it keeps getting caught on things. realizing your phone charger wasn't plugged in properly before going to bed. Now I have to take a full hour sitting around in the morning waiting for it to charge. Get ducked. People that think that having kids gives them special privileges to be the loudest and most annoying people in a given public space. Also people that act like their kids aren't their fault. Usually the same. Place scanned item in bagging area. Places scanned item in bagging area. Remove unscanned item from bagging area. Currently watching a video about a man petting an elephant seal and it has the audacity to buffer at the time when the guy actually scratches the baby seal. Like internet, what the actual duck? I'm trying to not be depressed here and you go and do this to me. Happy microphone day. People eating loudly. On that same note, people who eat while in a voice channel with people and don't mute themselves. Sometimes my Xbox controller will desync and I have to get up, walk 4 feet, and manually push the buttons to reset it. After a hard day's work you might as well be asking me to drag a cinder block 3 miles uphill. After swearing I'll sit there and consider how bad I actually want to play Xbox today. Same thing with the TV remote. Seems the more tired I am, the more apt it is to be across the room for some reason. I swear my appliances teleport when I sit down. Intros on YouTube videos. Like, get the point. I don't need you to read the product label or tell me what you were thinking in Target when you purchased it. The AC makes me freeze despite it being hot as the devil's nutsack outside. People not clearing the time left on a microwave. Those ducking mobile game ads on YouTube. They're also insufferable quality. Want to go on an epic MMO adventure? Collect heroes. Slay bosses. Upgrade your team. Download game. This is just fancy Bejeweled. For some reason when browsing Reddit on the mobile app after 20 or so videos it will stop loading GIFs and videos entirely and you have to restart the app. It also preloads 100 plus posts while on mobile data and video quality is randomly so deteriorated that it feels like looking at a NES cutscene. Not to forget to mention that it doesn't save sorting preferences at all. The app is all around a very shitty and inconvenient experience. ATM fees. I will walk to another one, even if it's ages away just to avoid paying a fee even if I'm wildly inconvenienced in the process. Yes, I know it's petty. You know that moment when you're trying to sleep and then there's that song comes playing in your head, on loop, ducking earworms. When people driving on the highway see a cop sitting off the side of the road ahead, watching for speeders, and slow down to like 15 under the speed limit, like you know that's also impeding the flow of traffic. People who don't stop talking, just STFU. Ugh, my co-worker could stretch a 5-second message into 5 minutes. I imagine every time he orders food it goes like this. Would you like fries? Well, it's funny you should ask me that because as I was walking up to order I started asking myself the same question in my head. Do I want fries? Or do I not want them? Because at first I was thinking of not getting them since they're not always the most consistent. Sometimes they're soggy, sometimes they're too crisp. But I've been coming here for years and more often than not you guys get them right, so I don't think it's too much of a risk if I did add them on. But I was also thinking about the salt content since I've been cutting back on salt. I know they don't come with salt on their own and I need to actually add the salt from the little packets onto them if I want salt. But they also just don't taste the same without it. So after some thought and deliberation I think maybe today will be one of the few times I'll go without fries. Which is in no way meant to reflect on you or your company, but it's just a decision I'm making for this particular moment. I may very well change my mind and decide to go with them as I usually do on my next visit, which will probably be either Thursday or Friday depending on what my after work plans are, which are always subject to change. In fact, you know what? I don't even know why I'm being so picky today. Go ahead and toss a large fry on the order. Ballsack stuck to legs. On a hot day, sweaty as sheets sliding between each other making you wonder if that last fart was a follow through. Hosting a meeting at work, but you've drunk too much water? That feeling of needing to get to the toilet but you have the rest of the presentation to go through. That sucks. So yeah, needing to piss whilst giving a presentation. Biting my lip then having to avoid the sore for the next week while I eat. Even worse, biting an already bitten lip. waking up in the middle of night to take a piss. Addition, the dishwasher not being clean because another was up against it due to some duckweed not loading it properly. Having to scroll 5 pages to get to the recipe. Yeah, okay, I get it. You lost your virginity on a warm spring day and then ate this salad. Get to the point. When I get in an elevator and I'm riding to a high floor, and just before the doors close a bunch of people get in and they all stop on a different floor, turning what would have been a smooth ride to the top into a start-stop, jerky journey. Why are Hot Pockets not already in the cardboard crisping sleeve? I'm not ducking Gordon Ramsay over here. USB sticks cords. I objectively know that it can't be true, but it seems they never face the right way in the first attempt to use them. Whoa, you made it to the end? You're a ducking beast. I'll cut you a deal. Smash like and subscribe for more curated content, bruh. It's free and that's a great price.